Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Dear Masteries. Today we have a letter which reads, Dear Masteries, I read that I need to track my protein on a low-carb diet. Is this true? Signed, Low Carb Protein Tracking. Well, this can be true. It really depends on how you eat. For some people, they aren't very good at putting extra fats into their diet. So sometimes they need a little help, a little guidance, and the way to do that would be to track your protein, track your fats, and track your carbs. What I really encourage people to do is, instead of tracking, try to make it easier on yourself. What I suggest is add extra fats to everything you eat. So in the way of maybe avocados or avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. Could be any numbers of types of fats. Could be cheese. It could be all kinds of things. You just got to be careful with your carbohydrates, of course, because not everything that is high in fat will have low carbs. So nuts, another good high fat source, but different nuts have a lot more carbs than others. Walnuts are the one thing that I usually go toward because there's a lot, while there are some carbs, there's a lot more fiber in them as well. So it's going to be a lot better, for me, and to help keep everything going smoothly. What I really try to steer people away from is tracking everything. Let's try to focus on one thing and just be mindful that if you're going to have certain things when you're on a low carb diet, have a lot more fat with it. You're not going to overdo the fat. Just make sure it's a healthier fat. Some people like to take coconut oil right from the container and just eat it, and that can help. Some people will have a snack with peanut butter. Try to make sure there's not a whole lot of carbs in the peanut butter, and you're below your threshold. And you can always put olive oil on everything. If you get meats, try to get the whole fat versions. The same as dairy, get the whole fat versions. Don't get the low fat option, because you're removing all of the energy that your body needs in order to stay into ketosis, or to make sure that it's burning fats as its primary fuel source. Because the reason some diets or some people will tell you got to track your proteins is that if you have too much protein, not enough fat, your body will convert that protein, or some of it, into glucose, and it will use it as the primary energy source that it's used to using traditionally, and it'll treat it kind of the same as carbohydrates. If you have too much protein, a portion of that will be converted into the carbohydrate energy source, glucose. Okay, so that's the reason why you will hear people tell you you got to track your proteins too. It depends on the person. Depends what kind of experience you have with low carb dieting. If you're very good at making sure, I'm going to keep putting high fats into my meals. If that's the case, you typically don't need to track your proteins. Some people are very strict. No, gotta make sure I track everything. And if that's you go for it. Yeah, whatever works for you. Okay, that's what really matters. If it works for you, you do it. I like to try to simplify things, keep it nice and simple, and it works very well. The method that I use. If you need help with that, go on to Masteries.com. Check it out. I'll have lots of things I can help you out with, and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow. Go to DearMasteries.com. If you have a question, feel free to submit it there, and look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.